You know, there's a secret number that follows you absolutely everywhere. And now I'm not talking about your phone number or your social security number. This one has the power to literally control your life. We're talking about your credit score. And today, we are going to pull back the curtain and uncover the hidden truth behind this mysterious three-digit number. I mean, just think about it for a second. A single number that acts as a gatekeeper to pretty much all of your biggest life goals. It's like this invisible shadow, quietly judging every single financial move you make. And its verdict? Well, it can either swing the doors wide open or slam them right in your face. So the big question is, where did this all-powerful number even come from? And maybe more importantly, whose side is it really on? Was it actually designed to help you? The answer, well, it's probably not what you're expecting. All right, so most of us just kind of assume the credit score has been around forever, right? Like it's some time-honored pillar of the financial world. But what if I told you it's not ancient wisdom at all? What if it's actually shockingly new? Yup, there it is, 1989. The FICO score, the number that basically runs our financial lives, was introduced the same year the Berlin Wall came down. It's younger than The Simpsons. This isn't some old, wise financial truth. It's a very modern and, frankly, a very artificial invention. And somehow, in just a few short decades, this brand new system went from just being an idea to becoming the ultimate judge of your financial character. It has completely changed how we borrow, how we buy, pretty much how we live. Okay, so if we're going to beat this system, first we have to understand it. We need to know how the score is actually calculated. So let's pop the hood and see what they're really looking at. First thing you need to know is who's doing the judging. And spoiler, it's not a government agency. It's three massive, private, for-profit companies: Experian, TransUnion, and Equifax. They vacuum up mountains of your data, package it all up, and then sell it in the form of your credit report and score. They are the gatekeepers. And believe me, they are making a lot of money from your information. So here's the secret formula itself. Payment history, paying your bills on time, that's the biggest piece of the pie, 35%. Makes sense. But look what's right behind it, a whopping 30%, amounts owed. Now, this isn't just if you have debt, it's how much debt you have. Then we've got the length of your credit history, any new credit you've applied for, and the mix of credit you have. Seems pretty straightforward, right? But if you look a little closer, there's something really, really strange about this whole formula. Because hidden inside that simple-looking chart is the central, absolutely mind-bending flaw of the entire system. This is the part they really don't want you to think about. Just let that sink in for a minute. The system is not designed to measure how responsible you are with money. It is not designed to measure your wealth or your savings. It is built from the ground up to measure one thing and one thing only: how good you are at borrowing money and paying it back, preferably with interest. Saving money in a bank? That does nothing for your score. Paying cash for a car? Builds a big fat zero. The only way to get a good grade is to actively play the debt game. It's actually insane. And this is where it just gets completely absurd. So you, the person who's financially smart, who saves up and pays for things with cash, you're seen as a risk. Why? Because you don't have a track record of borrowing. But the person who's constantly juggling a car loan, credit card balances, personal loans, well, as long as they make those minimum payments, the system sees them as a perfect, profitable customer and rewards them with a great score. It is totally backward. And if you thought that was crazy, get this. This score has now escaped the world of banking and invaded the rest of your life. Landlords use it to decide if you can rent an apartment. Some employers use it to decide if you're a responsible person to hire. Insurance and utility companies use it to decide how much they're going to charge you. A system designed to measure your profitability to a bank is now being used as a general character score for your entire life. Just think about that. Okay, so that's the bad news. And yeah, it's frustrating. It feels completely unfair. But here's the good news. Once you understand the rules of this ridiculous game, you can learn to play it to your advantage without getting caught in that debt trap. So, you ready to fight back? All right, here are 4 simple but super powerful strategies. Number 1, use a credit card for your regular purchases, but, and I mean this part is non-negotiable. Pay the statement balance in full every single month. This shows you can handle credit without it costing you a dime in interest. 2, do not close your old credit cards. That 15% for length of history is free points. A longer history just makes you look more stable. 3, keep your utilization low. We're going to talk more about that in just a second. but this one's a biggie. And 4, don't go on a credit application spree. Applying for a bunch of cards in a short time makes you look desperate. Okay, so let's zoom in on that utilization thing. This is basically the percentage of your available credit that you're using at any given time. And as you can see here, the lower, the better. If you have a $10,000 limit on a card, you want to try to never let a balance of more than $3,000 hit your statement. And hey, if you can keep it under $1,000, less than 10%, you're in the excellent range. This right here, this is the secret weapon. It shows lenders you have total self-control. So when you put all these pieces together, a totally new picture starts to form. You can stop being a victim of this system and start being a player who actually knows the rules. This is how you take back control. And this, right here, is the most important mindset shift you can possibly make. The credit score is not a moral judgment. It's not a measure of your worth as a human being. It is simply a business tool created by lenders for lenders to predict how much money they can squeeze out of you. That's it. It's not about you. It's all about them. And that is your superpower, because now you know how it's calculated. You know the absurdities, and you know the exact strategies to build an amazing score on your own terms without paying them a fortune in interest. You are now in the driver's seat. You're the one playing the game. So I'm just going to leave you with this final thought. Now that you know how this whole system really works, is it right? Is it fair that 3 private, for-profit companies have this much power over the most important parts of our lives? It's a question worth asking, and now you're in a much better position to decide on your own answer.